Aquarius, it is so good to see you. I have missed you guys. Oh, sorry about my leave of absence, but I needed to plant a bunch of seeds of my own and utilize my own advice for April, so I am back. First of all, I just want to start out by talking about the energies that is so prevalent this month. Gemini. This is the month of Gemini energy. And I like Aquarius and Gemini energy together. I like it because when these two get together, there is a fun time to be had for all people that are involved in this energy. I mean, for everybody around them, when this type of energy gets together, it's just a party and a half. And I really like it when I see that kind of energy, accumulate in somebody and then come out. I'm going to give you a for instance of what Gemini energy can be like in an Aquarius. I have an Aquarius midheaven. That means my purpose, my goal in life is an Aquarian goal, which hence it's so funny because my midhaven is in Aquarius and astrology is Aquarius. It's an Aquarian based ideal. And so of course I went into astrology as my purpose in life, which is kind of interesting, I find, but I'm a Gemini. So the way that my energy resonates when combined with the thinking that you do when you're an Aquarian-based person, emotionally detached, informative, you kind of think outside of the box, really gets magnified by Gemini energy. It just allows you to communicate effectively out-of-the-box ideas, which is the whole point of being an amazing Aquarius. Now, I've noticed over the last few months, most of you are starting to get comfortable with the fact that being an Aquarius is okay. Being different, it's okay. In fact, it's your norm and you're okay with it. I think for a while there you were struggling as you went through the Pluto-Uranus squares, that it just seemed like nothing went your way and it seemed like you weren't as accepted and there was resistance to new ideas and your communication style doesn't appeal to everybody, and just the way that you go through life in your quirky little ways just put people off, and I think you were met with a lot of opposition. As we get through the Pluto-Uranus squares and as we got to the end of it, I think most people realize everybody has quirky little issues. Everybody has quirky little ways. And that for the most part, nobody's good at anything and nothing is solid. And so therefore, an Aquarian type thought process is much more acceptable. Look at the way that the world is going. It used to be that traditional churches ran thought processes on how to find peace of mind through faith. Now, what is resonating with people more is a higher type of spiritual, metaphysical realm where people can find that same peace, but maybe not be as confined to a particular type of religion that provides a specific structure to it in order to be able to be blessed with whatever religious belief it is, their type of blessing. Now, religion is so broad. It is so broad. It can be based on alien technology. It can be based on the metaphysical. It can be based on nothing. You can be anti-religious and yet still as strong that there's a faith that there's nothing out there. This is the broadest thinking time that we've ever been through. Through this time, Aquarius energy is pumping through everybody because this is the age of Aquarius. And so we see people actually gravitating more toward your thinking than it has in a really long time. One of the things that I notice about Aquarius, and I really want to talk to you about, is when you're opposed, when you meet opposition in energy or meet opposition with people or something like that, there's two things that can happen. You completely detach from them and you don't affiliate with them anymore. They're not worthy of you. And basically, that's it. That's it. They're done. That's just a detachment totally. Or you become very combative and very fiery, and there's a wrath to be had for not appreciating you because you're done defending how amazing your ideas are to people who don't have the intelligence to understand them. And you're just basically over it. I want to say that you're going to be facing some of that crazy type of energy this month. You're going to be facing energy that just makes you want to scream, pull your hair out, and just say, you know what, enough is enough. F you, everybody. You're just going to feel like that, but don't. Choose the higher ground in this energy. When Gemini and Aquarian energy get together, when fired up, it can make a crazy energy. Anytime that you have such a fixed energy, coming up with, aligning and becoming one with a mutable energy, the fixed energy is the strong energy, and it goes forward with that energy, and then the mutable energy just follows along with it. So if somebody gets pissed off, if you get pissed off, then you use your words as a weapon and you're effective at it. You're highly effective at hurting that person if you really want to, because you have Gemini on your side and you're already intellectual. You're already at a higher learning level than most people in some form. There's something that you're extremely good at, much like, I want to say it's kind of like when you have autistic people, they are really good at something. That is you. You're just, not that I'm comparing you to somebody with autism. I'm just saying that you're just extremely good at something. And so when somebody tries to meet that type of thinking with opposition, it pisses you off and it makes you want to launch forward with words this month. Be very aware of that energy this month. Be very aware of the lower vibration of that energy and just don't partake in it. You're trying to get ahead, you're making progress in your life, and you don't want to take steps back through lower vibrational energy. And there is a reason I'm bringing all this up, and I'm going to tell you why. So as I explained before, Mercury enters Gemini in the 1st. Here comes the reason why. On May 11th, Mars goes into Gemini. When Mars goes into Gemini, Mars ignites passion through conversation. Now just add Aquarian energy in there. So think of those three energies and combine them. When you get those energies together, it makes you very passionate about communicating your out-of-the-box ideas. I want you to understand that not everybody can possibly understand how brilliant you are and how brilliant some of these ideas are and how authentic they are. They're so futuristic at times that people are like, I don't freaking understand what the hell you're talking about. It makes no sense to me. I deny you the loan. I deny you the support that you need. No, you can't run a particular department because you know what? It's not the way I run it. And I like the collective thinking much. You're going to have that kind of opposition this month. And I want you to be prepared for it because it will exist. And you will have to, look at this energy for what it is. you have to remember that you are an elevated thinker and that your goal is to get everybody to understand your way of thinking. Now, a lot of you say that you don't communicate effectively. Well, you're going to have Mercury in Gemini assisting you with that. So just know that, it's going to get a little bit better at the beginning of the month. I completely say stay away from mid to end of month, but definitely up till May 11th, I say it's really good to have conversations with people about progressive ideas. And then on the 18th, Mercury goes retrograde, which is why I say stay away from mid to end of month. Now, energy builds. You'll start to feel the energy slow down in communication, and you'll start to understand that you were on at the beginning of the very first day of the month, but by about the 11th, 12th, you're like, why is it slowing down? Like, I don't understand. And then it's going to be because Mercury's in retrograde. And this is going to be in Gemini. And this is going to be in your 5th house. So to me, this suggests that there's going to be some creative endeavor that you really want to pour your heart and soul into, or perhaps a romantic interlude that you really, ignite some passion in you, but that meets some sort of opposition, and I'll talk about why. So let's start talking about the month. Now, May 3rd, there's a full moon in Scorpio, and this is going to be in your 10th house. This is going to be a very intense situation in your life purpose, in your career aspirations, in your goals, your ideal goals. And it's going to be, this day is going to be met with opposition. And it's going to be Mercury and Mars is going to be opposed by Saturn. Now, Aquarius doesn't like to be restricted by Saturn. You're over the Pluto-Uranus square energy. You don't want to be restricted anymore. You want to break free, you want to move forward, and you just want all of this innovative energy to burst out of you and continue like it had in April. You felt really, really good in April and powerful in April, and you want to continue to move forward. I want to tell you that energy is very difficult during a full moon to manifest, because this is a very, very, very intense moon. Anytime Aquariuses go through anything intense, I think it's really, really intense for you. And I'm not talking about like in a water-based energy where it's emotionally draining. I'm talking about it just pisses you off and makes you fierce. Every Aquarius I have known, when they just have a fiery temper, I don't think that they're just hotheads, but I think if set off, they can be. And so I think that you've got to be aware of the fact that if this intense situation comes up at work and maybe you have this innovative idea and maybe people didn't get on board with it, you're going to want to argue and make your point known. You're going to want to communicate that this is the best damn idea they've ever heard and how dare them not listen to you. Or maybe you're going to try to go get funding from a bank, for this amazing new opportunity, and they just aren't on board with you. I mean, there's going to be opposition, and you're not going to like it, and you're going to have to just process this for what it is. It's just opposition, and that's okay. Stay in the higher vibration of this energy. I really, really ask you to stay in the high vibration, because you don't want to get involved in some dramatic scene, because you might do something or say something that's uncharacteristic of yourself, and it might reveal some sort of weakness within yourself that people will be very put off by. Then on May 7th, Venus moves into Cancer, and this is a really good energy. I like this. I like it when Venus goes into Cancer. For you, this is going to make you much more personable. It's going to make you much more sensitive to your home environment. It's going to make you much more nurturing to who you're with. You're a giving energy. You're a huge humanitarian. You really, really do resonate with the big picture in life. But I think that sometimes as an Aquarius, you can become very detached emotionally, and you want to just find a way to find peace, I guess, with the fact that you're going to be meeting much opposition, and maybe that's through pleasure-seeking activities. You're going to be much more attractive to be around in your home environment. I feel like a lot of things that you do at home to manifest a better look for yourself. Maybe you work out at home. Maybe you started watching YouTube videos to, like, I don't know, put on makeup different, to become authentic. Like, I think that's going to be a good source for you. You're going to find a lot of power in your home environment to, like, manifest a better presence. Then I want to talk about the 14th and the 15th. This is a day of extreme opposition. And for you, this is going to be in your 5th house. So this is going to be possibly an issue with one of your children. This could very well be an ongoing issue that you have throughout the month. If you've had a child that's a problem child, if you've had a child that, you just can't seem to get through to them, over and over again, you talk to this child, maybe it's a Gemini child because they're going to be going through a lot of transformational energy. Maybe you find out something that they've lied to you, or there was some sort of deception with this child. You're going to want to find the highest vibration to deal with this opposition. Mars and the Sun is going to be squaring off to Saturn. This is going to just regenerate a past issue that you've had with this particular family member. It also could have something to do with a romantic relationship. Maybe you started an affair. Maybe you are interested in somebody, but maybe there's just something that came to light that really rocks your boat and really upsets you. That's the reality of the situation. Maybe they had a partner that you didn't know about, and you are just an affair. Maybe you thought that this could turn into something more, but no, it's just an affair because they have a significant other that they didn't tell you about. It could be something along those lines. Be very careful about where you invest your life right now, because this month a lot's going to be revealed. And then on the 17th, we have a new moon in Taurus. And for you, this is going to be in your 4th house. Now, this suggests that the 4th house is your home and family. So I am sensing that there's a lot going to be going on in home, that you're just going to have a family situation that you're going to have to deal with. This could mean that something comes up with your father this month. Maybe your father gets sick, or maybe an issue comes out where your father fell off his white horse. I mean, he became human to you, and or maybe he became sick and you had to go and be the strong one, and he's always been the strong one in your life. I mean, there's a lot that suggests to me that there's something that's going on with home and family and children that may resonate with you, or a romantic endeavor. Maybe there's a professional goal that somebody of authority has the power to get you, but maybe he's been using that power and yielding that power in the wrong way. This is the way I see kind of all these energies playing together. I mean, there's a lot of different ways this can manifest, but this is the way I see some of them. On this new moon in Taurus, it's going to be a very volatile little moon. And I really like new moons. Normally I want to say that new moons make you feel good. The only thing that I can say about this new moon is it's going to be met with opposition. And during this time frame, the thing that's going to get you through all of this opposition is a puzzle that the heavens have up in place right now. And it's been going on since April, and it's called a yod. Now, a yod is an energy. It's up there where we have two quincunxes, these two forming the TP. We have Pluto in Capricorn at the top of the TP. We have Jupiter in Leo, and then we have Gemini and Mercury right here, and right here is a sextile. So these are quincunxes. A quincunx is a flat out opposition. They don't work well together. There's no balancing these energies. They just flat out tug of war completely the opposite way and pull each other like rubber bands, and they just don't want to go anywhere near each other. And if they do, they go head to head, and it's just pure anger, and it's just a bunch of drama. To me, this is good versus evil. I look at Pluto as a completely malefic planet. It's where secrets lie. It's where deception lies. It's where latent issues lie. It's where oppression lies. It's where sexual fetishes lie, and it's where perversion lies. It's where jealousy lies. I mean, it's the dark part of us. It's our deep, deep, dark chocolate layer at the deepest core of us. So it is the planet of death. So I can't say that it's all completely terrible. It is also the planet of transformation. Through death, we manifest transformation. Just an FYI. Is going head to head against Pluto, and Pluto is a benefic energy. It wants to give you nothing but great gifts. It wants to give you all the presents in the whole wide world to make you happy. But it's so busy fighting for control and power in your life over Pluto that it just can't seem to get what it needs to fully give you all the gifts that Jupiter and Leo would normally give you at this time in the life. Then you have Mercury and Gemini in a quincunx with Pluto, so of course conversations haven't been going well since about the 11th. And so you can definitely see that there's something that you need to figure out. It's not through conversations with others. It's a personal struggle with inside yourself to deal with the reality of the situation that you're in. And for you, it's at home, it's at family, and it's at work. It could be any of those places. I even want to say that this could be have something to do with you have a person that's been posing as a friend that could maybe be an actual enemy, could maybe have been working against you the whole entire time. It could be that somebody you loved truly didn't love you and maybe was using you. I mean, it could be any of these energies. To me, it's not the long-term relationships that I'm seeing. It's more the I just got to know you thing, and here's what's coming out about you. And I'm glad I see it for what it is, because it's not gonna make me happy in the long run, and that's okay. You want to figure out this yod. You want to figure out to get into your yod, you have to go through your sextile. You have to look at the energies that are in harmony. A sextile is harmonious energy. You have to tap into this harmonious energy. And if you tap into it effective enough, it opens the door to the secret room within here, right here. And in this room is a desk. And on this desk is a message for you. And it's something that you need to decode, and you have to find a key to get into that room. That requires you to turn inward during this process of breakdown and opposition. It is during opposition that we will turn inward, and that we will seek a higher power, and that we will find a higher purpose for everything that's going on. If we were just to go through life and constantly if we were to constantly have a month like April, we would never progress, because we would just constantly be planting seeds, but we would never know where to focus our energy fully, where the actual real seeds that will flourish are, and where are should we put fertilizer on every seed, and should we plant every seed, and should we weed every seed? No, we shouldn't do that. We should plant it, we should fertilize, and we should water only the seeds that will generate an actual result for us. And through breakdown and through reality checks, that's what we learn. And so when Mercury goes into retrograde the very next day, when it goes to retrograde after the new moon on the 18th, there is so much opposition during this retrograde. I like to look at the energies when there is a retrograde. The yod is still there, so there's still a question. And then with Mars, the Sun, and Venus all in opposition, with with retrograde energy, there's something that's in your past that you flat know is there, but you don't acknowledge it. You put it in a closet and you lock it away, and you know that you have this issue, but you don't got time to deal with it. You're very busy. You've got all these innovative ideas, and you just don't have time for the simple things in life like this. And I just want to tell you, you have to make time, because this energy is going to force you to slow down. It's going to force you to look at your past, and it's going to force you to really, really, really look at what makes all of this what it is in your life. The reason why I'm spending so much time on May is because I really truly believe that it is a month of transformation. I believe that you're like a butterfly in a cocoon in its caterpillar state, and you just cocooned yourself in. And as your cocoon is hardening and providing a protective shell for you to do your transformation, a storm comes in and starts beating this cocoon with drops of water that could actually weaken the structure of the cocoon. And if this happens, then you will find that maybe, just maybe, you might not be able to sustain a healthy cocoon, and you might end up perishing and dying in this cocoon. And you might just go back to your old ways. You might just say, I don't want to progress. This is the way it's going to be. This is the way I've always been. I don't want to talk about it. Nobody understands me. So I'm just going to die in my cocoon, and I'm just going to be alone because nobody gets me. Well, that's just dumb. You could be a freaking butterfly, but you're too busy trying to stay in a cocoon that's freaking a transitional process, just because you've got to be right, because you've got to be the type of person that just stands your ground no matter what. But what if you don't know that you can be a butterfly? You don't know that you could fly. You can actually fly if you just transform. That is what this energy is all about. The whole end of the month, from the 21st until the 31st, is about opposition. It's going to feel like the world is ganging up on you. You're going to be fiery. You're going to want to go in 100 different directions. You're going to feel restless. You're going to feel anxiety. You're going to feel a lot of things as you go through this transformation process, because it's new to you. That's okay. It's okay that something is new to you. I know that you think you know everything, but you don't know everything. Manifestation is a powerful process, and it is something new. You don't know what it's like to fly. You've only scrunched along as a caterpillar on leaves. Yes, you know the process of flying. Yes, you know how they fly. You know everything about flying, but you don't know what it feels like to fly. That is what this energy is about. Through opposition and through transformation in your work and your home and in your relationships, you are going to fly and know the feeling of flying. You are going to get in touch with feelings. That is what Venus in Cancer is all about in Aquarius. It's getting in touch with a part of yourself that you don't naturally do, you don't naturally have, because it hasn't manifested in your life yet. And through this manifestation process, through figuring out this yacht, through all of these oppositions in your Sun, Mars, Venus, in Pluto, through all of this breakdown process, you are going to be faced with inner demons, and that's okay, because you want to fly. You want to rock this world. You have innovative ideas. Stop hiding in your cocoon and just waiting for the storm to blow by, and maybe you might generate something from it. No. It's all about flying in the end and getting caught up in the flying energy. And it just exhilarates me, because I see Aquarius as flying, setting the tone for the world, manifesting powerful, innovative ideas that will create change that we need. We need you to fly. I love talking about Aquarius. I can talk about Aquarius all night long, because I just love their brains. My best friend is an Aquarius, so I just really, really, really enjoy conversations with her because she puts things into perspective for me as an emotional creature and detaches me from my emotions and looks at the physical process of the manifestation in my life as well. I hope you have a wonderful May. I encourage you to take a look at my Facebook and to truly just look at those energy readings. Let them manifest the energy in light for you. Don't get caught up in the dark energy this month. That's why I made this Facebook available to public. You don't have to be my friend. You can keep your privacy. You can comment if you want to. You can, but it's all public. So, and it creates this wonderful support group, the supportive energy for everybody. That they support each other through dark times and they give each other pictures. It's just took on the life of its own. And I really think that you understand when you just have an idea and then it just takes off and creates more ideas and more ideas. And that's what this whole month is about, is working the kinks out of all the past ideas and past people coming back, trying to come back into your life and figuring out if those are a good idea. I mean, it's all about the past and how we can manifest a positive future. Have a wonderful month, Aquarius, and I look forward to talking to you again next month.